All right, back here at Texas. I know you've been here a few times. What was different about today, and what was kind of the big takeaway for you?
Oh, man, today we just had fun today. It was just pretty much, in the running back room, just seeing the running backs, just thrive, with that playbook. Also just seeing them practice working on 7-on-7, man. Just, it was all around. It was a pretty fun day today.
What stood out to you about the workouts? We've heard it's, kind of player-led today,
right,
but also got to see some in action. Trey Wisner made a play, Jaden Blue. What stood out to you?
Oh, yeah, man. Just definitely seeing those backs thrive, man. It's actually, man, I love it, man. Just seeing those running backs thrive, in that offense, man, and then just seeing where I can fit in that offense too as well and thrive. So honestly, I love seeing those running backs, compete during 7-on-7 and stuff.
And what's the message from Coach Choice? I know y'all have a good relationship. What's things like now?
Oh, man, Coach Choice, man, it's every time, man. He's all he tells me is, don't worry about the recruiting process at all. He never really hits me up like that. He check in on me every other day or whatever, but he just tells me like it is. Worry about in season. All the other things will come, but just worry about in season and football, and just your team, high school team.
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
Good deal. Well, go ahead.
A very recruiting-oriented question. You're atop a lot of recruiting boards. Like, where does Texas fit in for you compared to other schools?
Oh yeah, man. Texas, they fit in high. They are at the top of the list for sure. I mean, just the standpoint, just from the running back room. I mean, of course, they had great running backs in the past. When you look at it, Ricky Williams, Bijan Robinson, Roshan, just all those different guys. I mean, Texas, they are very high on my list just because, they give their running backs the ball, and they Coach Choice and how he developed his running backs for sure. That's what leads me to Texas and kind of just how they do things.
Have you been playing college football 25?
Yes, sir, definitely.
Who are you using?
Man, honestly, I use everybody, man. Just I love seeing, just the band, hearing the band and different crowd things and how they do things. So, yeah, man, it's awesome.
You playing at Heisman difficulty, or where you at?
Oh, yeah, Heisman, yeah. Man, I tell you what, it's hard to play at Texas A&M, man. Man, especially the field goal, man, it's hard. It's hard, but, yeah.
What's next for you? You're at Texas today. You got anything the rest of the weekend going into the season?
Yes, sir. So I fly out to Michigan tomorrow to check out Michigan. I'll be there for a few days, and then Friday, Saturday, and then I'll leave Sunday evening. So, yeah.
So busy schedule ahead this weekend.
Yes, sir.
Going into the season, do you have any games circled so far that you want to get back down to?
Yes, sir. Definitely, I want to get down to of course, the Cotton Bowl for sure. Man, they play OU. Another one is, I definitely want to get to that Georgia one when they play Georgia. Of course, man. I know that's a highly anticipated game that I, definitely got to come to for sure.
When do you think you could, make a decision? Are you thinking after your junior season, or?
Yes, sir. Man, that's probably the plan. I know I don't have really a specific date down, but that's probably the plan. I'm just enjoying the recruiting process and stuff. Just taking the time out. Just having fun with it. That's all.
Cool.
Nick, first time on campus since the commitment. What's it like? How was the reception for you coming back today?
It was a lot of love, and just everybody treated me like family.
Obviously, big decision. Take us through what went through your brain in terms of picking Texas, ending up a Longhorn, and how fun it's been since then.
It was honestly like the opportunity here, just like being the only sport like football in town, honestly, and just like this just being, it's like the main topic of Austin, and just being able to play both sides. If one side don't work out, I can flip to the other side, and they're just both dominant on both sides.
Was that pitch today? I know Coach Banks was out of town, so is it tight end? Is it linebacker? Is it in the air? What's kind of the deal there?
It's kind of in the air right now.
Okay.
Honestly. So, but it's just the fans overall too. Like the fans showed so much love, and it was crazy.
Well, talk about the coaches and their kind of reaction to you committing. I mean, what were their kind of reactions to the news there?
Coach Sark was the first one to know. We was in his room, not his room, but the penthouse. We was all happy and stuff like that. Like I think my dad told Coach Banks, and that's it. Him and Coach Banks only do.
So I know there were a couple other Texas commits here. How's your relationship kind of growing with those guys? I know KJ was here, a couple of offensive linemen, Smith and Rogbo. You started talking to any of them?
Yeah, I talked to Rogbo and one of the linebackers. I forgot his name.
Elijah?
Yeah, Elijah. And I think one of the O-line. Oh, my bad. One of the O-line. Yeah.
Okay. And so, in terms of games, I know you mentioned earlier Georgia potentially get on the road to go see Texas on the road against A&M.
Yeah.
Are those the games you want to go see?
Yeah, and I want to come to the first game against Colorado State.
Yeah. That should be a big game. Are you going to become a recruiter as well for this 25 class?
For sure. I'm trying to build the class around me.
Anybody else in the class that you got your eye on at the moment?
I want Jonah Williams.
There we go.
What would you say is the highlight of the trip coming out so far?
Highlight of the trip, I would probably say is Coach Baker. Every time I come out here, I just always like to, chit chat with Coach Baker and, get to just have a nice combo with him. And, just talk about the ins and outs of football. Sometimes not football, it's just about life. And it's always just a good time talking with the coaches, Coach Baker, Coach Nansen, Coach Sark, and all them coaches. It's just a good bond that we're building.
Yeah, how was getting to watch the team work out on the field today?
It was good. I know Coach Baker, he's trying to get everybody in line. He just told me that he's been out for a minute, and that he said that he's just coming back to everything. And I know that there's also some teaching moments that he also makes in the middle of his lessons for the D-line. And I know that he just has a really big impact on them. And the things that he's just, the tools and all the things that he's just giving him, it's just making a really big impact on them. And that's what I like about him.
Yeah, besides Coach Baker, who else you get to talk with today?
I got to talk with Coach Nansen, and towards the end of when we were at the pool thing, Coach Sark, he came up to me, just want to check up on all the recruits and just see what we're doing, and yeah.
I know when you visited in January, it was before Coach Baker was hired. You mentioned Coach Nansen was a guy that, kind of stood out and you had started to create a relationship with there. You mentioned him just now. What's things like with him? Are y'all still talking often? Is it, more so Coach Baker? What's kind of the dynamic there?
Yeah. He was just, me and my dad were just eating, he just wanted to come up to us because whenever he was actually, I didn't know this, but I was actually the first person that he was able to talk to whenever he came down to Texas, because him and Coach Sark had came down to talk with me and my QB Weston.
Yep.
Yeah, came to talk to us privately, and we just kind of started to build a bond and everything, and just got a good conversation going. He told me the ins and outs of football as well, and he's just also been a good part of the process in my recruiting, and he's really doing big too.
Yeah. What's next for you? Are you taking any more trips this month, or you going into games and circled on the calendar so far?
I'm definitely going to hit up some Texas games this season. Definitely going to have to come up to that Georgia one.
Yeah.
And I'm going to hit up some other games for other schools as well. But I don't really have any visits going on after this one. I think I'm just going to focus on my training, everything that has going on for the season. And
You've been here a ton, it feels like, even before you were in high school. Do you feel like you picked up anything new today that you hadn't learned before? Or, how is it coming back so many times?
I mean, it's all kind of just repetitive at this point, It's like everything, strike, get off, pop show, all the things that Coach Baker, he's taught the players, it's also kind of just repetitive in my mind, all those things. And just to learn those tools, at the next level, at a high school level, it's also kind of just great, just to get an early start to it.
Yeah. Big year coming up, first year in the SEC. How do you think they'll do this season?
I think they'll be pretty solid this year, off of what happened last year, the big, nobody really expected them to go that far, but they did, and they really made a big impact in the Big 12. And I also think they'll make it pretty far in the SEC as well.
I got one last one for you. Who are the other contenders for you? I know Texas. You've been to Texas a few times. Is A&M, Oregon, some of these other schools, are they hitting you up as often?
I would definitely say USC, Oregon, and Notre Dame.
Okay.
Yes, sir. They're definitely up there.
It's a strong bunch.
Mm-hmm.
Well, good deal.
Yes,
I got two more for you. It looks like you've gotten bigger. What was your height and weight today?
My height and weight, I weighed in at 290, and I was in at 6'2", 05.
Okay. And then big year coming up, junior season. What's the main thing you're focused on, and what are some goals you have for your junior year?
Definitely leading my team to some big wins, and going forward towards the season, definitely going to the playoffs and all that, and just building a big relationship with my brothers on the field, also off the field, so that we can just build that bond. We're onto the field, and that we have a better connection as a team, going forward in each and every game, every Friday. And that was one of my big things, just leadership.
That's all I got.
Who did you get talked to most today?
I talked most to Coach Jackson. He was real cool. I like Coach Jackson. He was talking about family and stuff. go swimming at all? Like you even put your feet in?
Yeah,
man?
I did go swimming, but they gave us extra shorts, so we put those on, and we were playing basketball though, most of the time in the pool.
What do you think about the workouts? Like, how was the team atmosphere? How they bonded, got together? And
It was really well. It went really well. There was no arguments or anything like that. They had a great practice. Even Coach Sark was telling my parents, isn't it so cool that they can practice without coaches? Because they had no arguments or fights at all. So it was really good.
Texas is loaded at wide receiver this year. Were there any, did you hone in on that position and see any guys stand out in that group?
Yes, sir. I was definitely watching the wide receivers the whole time. Nobody else. I was watching the receiver from DeSoto. Forgot his name. Jonte Cook. Yes, sir. And Isaiah Bond. They're pretty good. They run routes well. They're pretty smooth.
You got the offer in early June. Take us through kind of the emotions that you felt at the time, and obviously how it's been since then with the Texas staff coming back for another visit.
It was really very exciting for me because Texas is definitely a top 5 school. So I was talked to my parents. I was very stoked about it, and it was just an amazing day that day.
How'd Pops take it?
He actually doesn't even care about the A&M and UT rivalry, but he's just gonna be there for me wherever I go.
Speaking of A&M, Baylor, TCU, any of these other programs that are trying to get you on campus, do you have any plans to go visit anywhere else?
Yes, sir. I'm going to Nebraska tomorrow,
Okay.
and then the day after that, I'm going to Michigan.
Cool. Are those some of the schools that are hitting you up the most at the moment?
Yes, sir. Definitely.
Where does Texas kind of fall big picture-wise for you at the moment?
Like I said, top 5. It's not really an order. So
yeah.
it's just, right there.
How does having a quarterback like Diabell committed, does that affect you? Obviously you know who's going to come in with you if you came here. How do you look at that?
It definitely puts Texas higher because I know there's someone that can throw me the ball and get me there. Sorry.
Yeah.
And be there.
And then in terms of your own words, how would you describe your play and what are you expecting this upcoming year for you on the field?
Definitely more than 1,000 yards, possibly 20 plus touchdowns. I'm definitely going to shoot for a very big season this year.
Good deal.
My teammate, Keyshawn, he could be throwing me the ball.
You came for camp in June, right?
Yes, sir.
And then back. Why was it important for you to get back today?
So I can be able to build relationships with the coaches and everything, get the feel out of everything, watch the players practice, and see how they operate as a team and everything.
Any of you guys stand out to you at practice today? Or, I know it's player led, but standout players.
Colin Simmons really the most.
Yeah.
I've been watching him for a while now. One of my favorite guys, really, to watch and everything. So I watched him a little bit while I was there.
Yeah.
Really, that's it. Really, mainly.
Coach PK, you spend time with today, or?
Yes, sir. I spent a lot of time with Coach PK today.
Okay.
So he talked to me since I first got here. I was with him for a little bit. He talked to me for a little bit then. After I measured and everything, went to the meeting room, talked to him a little bit more there. I've been basically talking to him the whole day. I actually just got done meeting with him. Stopped by again and talked to him.
Okay.
Before I left.
You got the offer in June. Why was this your first stop back out of all the schools? Texas come back right after.
Because I feel like it's a good place here. They put players where they need to be, and they help people with a whole lot of things, and they help develop people the most. So I just thought I'd come here and help get more relationships with the coaches and all that, and have some fun while doing it.
What's next up for you? You got any visits the rest of the week? You going anywhere next week? Anything like that?
Tomorrow I'm going to Texas A&M. Saturday I'm going to Texas Tech, and then Tuesday I'm going to Baylor.
Busy week ahead. I know.
Yes,
Is it
sir.
too early to start looking ahead towards games that you want to get to?
Well, not really, but I haven't really paid no thought to what games I want to come to yet. So I'll probably start looking around at that late August or early August, something like that.
What'd you measure in at today?
My height was 6'4" and a half, and then my weight I was 236, and my wingspan was 83.
Okay. Did you talk to Coach Sark?
Yes, I had a meeting with him too.
What did he say?
He was just say he was happy for me to come back down here, and that it's an honor for me to be for them to be the first stop out of everybody else.
Yeah.
For me to come down there and all that.
I know you got visits coming up, but is there a team to beat in your mind at this point?
Not really. I'm not so much yet.
Not yet.
I haven't really started to level them out yet. So
Yeah.
I just want to get around more, and then I'll come to my decision of teams that's there and
Yeah.
level not beat people out sooner, not right now though. I feel like it's too early.
Is it exciting to play maybe with Colin Simmons, or do you want to be I want to go strike out on my own somewhere?
Well, it'll be exciting to play with him, but at the same time, I would want to beat him out too, so I can
play early, play ahead of him. So I feel like it'll be a good challenge just to go up against him in all that.
Since that contact period opened and, coaches can reach out to 2026 recruits, who's messaging you, reaching out the most?
Kansas State has, Texas has, and Texas A&M has been reaching out a lot.
Okay.
And Texas Tech has too, a whole lot.
Gotcha.
USC been reaching out a lot too. It's been like a whole bunch of everybody reaching out a lot.
Yeah. Bet, yeah. Talk about coming to Texas today and how it went.
Well, I love Texas. I love being in the state. It's just amazing. I've been here a few times, and I just love being around the program. And I love the O-line. I get a guy from my high school coach here. Yeah, it's really nice. Just everything's nice.
You talked to Coach Flood today?
I did.
So what's that relationship like? What's the message from him?
It's good. Yeah, he offered me today while I was here.
Okay, congratulations. What does that mean to you?
It means a lot. I love Texas. I love Texas football, and I want to do it for the rest of the year. So yeah.
What'd you think of the workout? Were you able to kind of look at Trevor, kind of hone in on him a little bit?
Yeah, Trevor's looking good. He got a lot bigger since he left Melissa. So.
What's the deal with Melissa now? All of a sudden, y'all are pumping out, D1 guys year after year. I mean, what's that like for y'all? What's the program, that you're expecting this year coming in?
Well, I'm expected to be good this year, to go into the playoffs, but it's a lot of pressure because we got a lot of eyes on us. Obviously, a lot of social media attention, so it's just to kind of keep to ourselves and see as a team. Then be popular size on social media. So.
What other schools are in the mix for you right now?
I only have 6 other offers.
Okay.
From Tulsa, UTEP,
Gotcha.
State. So,
is Texas your first? I guess kind of the first one of the big in-state schools.
Yeah.
So, okay.
Yeah.
What do you think of the city? What do you think of the university? Did you know anything about Texas previously?
Yeah, I mean, I knew a lot about Texas. I haven't been to the actual city yet. I haven't actually looked around. All my family are fans of Texas. So,
yeah. Is this the kind of offer that is like, okay, this is where I want to be, or it was like?
I think so. Yeah.
Okay. So are they the leader for you? Okay.
So I think so.
You didn't commit, did you?
Not yet.
Okay. You sounded pretty open about it. Yeah. Okay. Cool. Are you coming back for a game this fall?
I'm gonna try to. Yeah.
Okay. Any other visits you're gonna take this weekend before the deadline? So, okay.
When did you first hear from Texas? How long ago had you been in communication with Coach Flood? Was this a late visit idea for you? When did that start to kind of come into the picture for you?
Well, I first heard about Texas being interested in me spring ball freshman year when I was at Plano West.
Okay.
I heard they'd come and watch me play. The first time I actually talked to Coach Flood was at the junior day. I think a few months ago.
January?
Yeah, January.
Did you talk to Sark today too?
I did.
Okay.
Well, just a little bit.
A little bit. Yeah. Any players you can? I know you said Trevor, but any other players you talked to?
Just O-line.
Yeah.
So,
okay. Yeah. Coming back today, you got the offer at camp last month. Why'd you want to get back today for this event?
I feel like really wanted to experience it again. It felt good last time I was here.
Looking back on that offer, what did that mean to you? What did that mean for your recruitment?
It really felt good. Like just knowing dang, Texas really looking at me, they offered me. It felt good.
Had you known that Texas was recruiting you pretty heavily before the offer?
No, sir, not really.
So it was a bit of a surprise.
Yes, sir, it was a bit of a surprise.
Take me through your emotions there.
It was I was excited, but surprised too. I was like, dang, I really got it. That's what it was.
Was that an offer you were waiting on?
Yes, sir. It was an offer I was waiting on.
You spend time with Kobe today?
Yes, sir. Kobe and Jelani.
Well, yeah, Jelani. What have they told you about Texas and kind of their experience here?
They told me a lot they're going to push you to be the great. Really just got to work. That's what they told me.
Which is it Coach Joseph you're connecting with the most, or which coach is it?
Coach Joseph.
Okay. Well, what has he told you about, I guess kind of how is he differentiating Texas from other schools?
We really haven't really talked that much, really. It's just him sending me Twitter things. And just that's it.
Okay. Are you going anywhere else this weekend?
I'm going to Baylor Saturday.
Okay.
And then that's it.
Gotcha.
Were you? Did you know Trey Wisner at all while he was at Conway?
Yes, sir. I knew him.
Was he out there today?
Yes, sir. He was making some plays. I seen one play. He
Yeah. How were the workouts? Talk about those.
It was exciting. It was intense. I like it, and it was more of a player led than coach led.
Yeah.
I was going to ask you, for folks who might not know a lot about your game, what's some of the strengths that you put on tape? What's kind of the characteristics in terms of how you play on the field?
I play aggressive. I like what else? I'm gonna play aggressive, give you everything I got on the field, and give it 110%, and really, that's it. Yeah.
Where's Texas stand for you in your recruitment right now?
They in the top for sure. They in the top.
Any other schools with them, or
Not really. Not nobody else yet.
Okay.
Good deal.
Cool.